Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The Eagles released Josiah Scott. Josiah Scott, Mr. 3rd and 30 himself. Not blaming on him. It's a joke. Could the Philadelphia Eagles be making room for Darius Leonard, who's scheduled to have a visit with the Philadelphia Eagles this week? He's also scheduled to make a decision on what team he's going to be signing with this weekend. We making moves for something. We making room for something. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I'm the best reporting on the Eagles. Before we get into the meat and potatoes, I got to let you know that this video was brought to you by Print Champs. Big Print Champs in the building. Make sure you tap in, man. All Hurt Season merch is 50% off. I just spun up about 50 or so new Goldies Hurt Season hats, the limited edition ones. My guy is pushing for MVP yet again. Make sure you go over there. I got a few left on the website. I just checked the inventory, man. You guys have been going crazy with the merchandise, man. Also, use code BULLY10 at checkout. Make sure you get some savings on that as well. It's about that time right now, man. Oh, the NFC East Super Friends chat tonight, live stream. We're going to be talking everything NFC East. Myself, Law Nation, Bad Dog, Louis T. It's going to be one of them ones of epic proportion. Make sure you talk about that. It's now a 2-team race, so it should be a lot of me and Law Nation, you know, with a lot to say back and forth about where things are headed, you know, in terms of getting ready for this playoff stretch that the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys are looking for this head-to-head matchup. Listen, tap in, tap in, tap in. It's a lot, man. The Philadelphia Eagles have, you know, the last 4 weeks of football for us, man, if you want to be for real, it's been crazy, man, being a Philadelphia Eagles fan. It's been crazy, man. You got Patrick Mahomes. Then you get Josh Allen. Now you got, you know, Brock Purdy and the San Francisco 49ers. Then next week you have the Dallas Cowboys. But, man, never in my wildest dreams would I think that the San Francisco 49ers would be amongst the most annoying, you know what I mean, of the teams out of this last four. I mean, when you think about it, the jawing back and forth between the Philadelphia Eagles and the San Francisco 49ers never really stopped. They've been talking all offseason, all of the ifs, the shoulda, woulda, couldas. And, you know, it's led us to this dynamic Week 13 matchup where the Philadelphia Eagles surprisingly are the first team in NFL history to be 10-1 and to be underdogs at home. So, yeah, this is a crazy one. I don't know what the odds are. I don't know if Vegas is expecting Dallas Goedert to miss the game again. I just don't know what's coming into play with these injuries. Maybe they don't think Lane Johnson is going to come back. I don't know. But, you know, being underdogs at home at 10-1 is disrespectful to us, and I feel like it's our duty to go out there and shock the world. Deebo Samuels is just talking and talking and talking. He doubled down on his thoughts about James Bradbury's play and saying that he's trash. He's doing a lot of the talking. Nobody else really talking over there. But the 49ers as a collective group, they got a bunch of big mouths over there. You know what I mean? And they coming into the link, and I just don't think that they understand the can of worms that they opened by running their mouth. Now Hassan Reddick is talking. Hassan Reddick is saying, listen, y'all full strength. Y'all get another chance. Let's line up and see what shakes. You know what I mean? We're not about the talking. We're about, you know, putting action into play. So, you know, these are the keys to victory to see how the Philadelphia Eagles will beat the San Francisco 49ers. First of all, before I get into my thoughts on this matchup, I do believe the Philadelphia Eagles are going to win this game. You know what I mean? But I will say this. I don't believe the Philadelphia Eagles need to be trailing 17-7 at half if you're going to try to win this game. I just think that's a recipe for disaster against a team like this who can run the ball and who uses Christian McCaffrey in every way possible. But, you know, from looking at the 49ers this year, I think there are some opportunities to attack these guys in the air. I would attack guys like Ward. You know, Jalen Hurts just has to be Jalen Hurts. But the first key for me in this game would be stopping Christian McCaffrey. I know it's not easy to do. I know that these guys have a lot of formations where you have Deebo Samuels and Christian McCaffrey in the backfield, but you have to make a conscious effort of making sure Christian McCaffrey is not the one that's going to beat you. I'm cool with Deebo getting on the outside. He ain't Christian McCaffrey. He don't have the Christian McCaffrey speed. He can't catch better than Christian McCaffrey. He can't run better than Christian McCaffrey. You have to pick your poison. It has to be a conscious effort of who you're going to decide to single out in this football game. And I look for the Philadelphia Eagles to take Christian McCaffrey out of the game plan, thus making other guys step up. Now, They have other guys that can step up. Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, Deebo Samuel. We know about the supporting cast of these guys. But Christian McCaffrey is the engine that makes these guys almost unstoppable on the offensive side of the ball. So if you can, and I feel like the 49ers are at their best when Deebo and Christian McCaffrey plays at the same time. Because like I said, you can't put Brandon Ayuk in the backfield and fool us thinking he's going to carry the ball. Deebo Samuels gets carried sometimes like an RB2 in this situation. So what the Philadelphia Eagles have to do is stop Christian McCaffrey. Now we know that getting these guys in 3rd and long will work to our advantage. And that helps by stopping Christian McCaffrey. We got to keep these guys out of 3rd and short, which brings me to my next key to victory. Try to get these guys in 3rd and 7 or longer as much as possible because Brock Purdy is a sitting duck back there. We got guys chomping at the bit that's going to be racing for Brock Purdy. That's just how we're approaching this game. I think that this game will show us really who the Philadelphia Eagles are. It's tough to say that at 10-1, as battle-tested as I feel like we are. We're already ready for the playoffs, in my opinion. But, this is a game that will be of a playoff magnitude unlike any other. Now, the Chiefs game was playoff magnitude. The Dallas Cowboys had playoff energy around it as well. But this Philadelphia Eagles San Francisco 49ers matchup, the battle between the NFC Championship, the rematch of the NFC Championship game, has a lot of heat on this one. A lot of heat on this one. A lot of pride on the line. You know what I mean? A lot of standings can be wiggled and implications can be made with a win right here by the Philadelphia Eagles. I think if you win this game, who cares what happens in Dallas? Of course, you still want to go out there and give it your all, but you win this game, you pretty much good. I think you wrap up the #1 seed because you own the tiebreaker between the Dallas Cowboys and you own, you tie with the Dallas Cowboys if you lose to Dallas, but you own that tiebreaker between the San Francisco 49ers. Like I've been saying all week, you finish the season with New York, Arizona, New York. That's a good 3-game stretch to finish the season with if you're trying to make a final push and in terms of, getting that home field advantage at #1 seed. Brian Johnson, in my opinion, has to call the game a little different in the first half. This is what Brian Johnson had to say about getting criticized, though.
When you coach this game, criticism is a part of the deal, and it's not going anywhere. For me, I never take it personally. I always want, us to perform at an elite level on a consistent basis week in and week out. And I think that's a part of it. But being criticized does not affect me in one way or the other. I think for me, the biggest part is do the people in this building have the confidence and trust that we can go out there and execute and play to our best each and every week and go out there and try to win football.
He has to call the game a little different in the first half, in my opinion. I need to see more north and south runs. We don't need to challenge the edge on these guys. We got to meet force with force in this game. We got to see what the unmovable object and the unmovable force can do when met. You know what I mean? I believe that we have the offensive line that can tire down the defensive line of these guys. Now, adding Chase Young gave these guys a player that you can move around the line and you really can't double Bosa as much, which is why I'm almost guaranteeing Lane Johnson plays in this game. He definitely put Bosa in the baby carriage, you know what I mean, in the playoffs. But at the end of the day, we can't afford to try to do too much of the RPO and all of this stuff. We got to run right at these guys, and we're going to run right at these guys. You know what I mean? These guys rally to the ball really, really, really well. It's important in passing situations to make sure Jalen Hurts stays clean and upright. These guys are chomping at the bit for a turnover. They're chomping at the bit for a lot of things. You know what I mean? So, just pass protection. Everything has to be tight for a game of this magnitude. It just does. We have to really pay attention to what these guys do in the backfield and use our discipline ourselves on the defensive side of the ball. I can't stress enough the importance of playing a complete football game. We can't rely on late game heroics this week. We have to go out there and punch these guys in the mouth early and often, much like what we did in the NFC Championship game. I'm not here for no excuses. I'm not here for saying the refs, if Purdy this, if Purdy that. Hey, if you guys didn't block Purdy with a third string tight end, maybe he would have finished the game. Maybe he would have finished the game. I expect extra emphasis to be on Hassan Reddick this game. I know they don't want to let Hassan Reddick loose and get after Purdy. That's not what they want to do again. So I expect Hassan Reddick to be chipped, Hassan Reddick to be double teamed. But our offensive coordinator and our defensive coordinator have to be ready to play 4 complete quarters of football. 4 complete quarters of football, that's what's needed. That's what's needed in this game. We know what we're going to get from our quarterback. We know what we're going to get from our wide receivers. I want to see A.J. Brown involved early. I want to see north and south runs early in this game. I don't want to. This is what we keep doing. We rely on the run as Philadelphia Eagles. We rely on the run as a bailout in the second half instead of relying on it as a tone setter in the first half. Games like this, Rashad Penny was built for. I want to see Rashad Penny in this game. I want to see us bruising, being physical, using play action, manipulating the pocket. I looked at the Seahawks game last week. I saw that Geno Smith found a lot of areas to use his legs. Geno Smith, when having time in the pocket, found some success throwing the ball on the out, to the boundaries, to the sideline. Geno Smith found some success. It just was spotty success. See, what the Seattle Seahawks did was they turned the ball over in crucial situations. The Philadelphia Eagles must not do that. We must not do that. You know what I mean? I look for these guys to single out Mailata and try to get the pressure on Mailata's face. But listen, man, it's up to the Philadelphia Eagles to see in the beginning of the game how we can jump out to an early lead. On the defensive side of the ball, let's play a little press. Let's get up in their face. You know what I mean? Let's rally to the ball. We need a complete game on both sides of the ball. These guys coming ready. But I think they poked the bear, and I think they woke up some extra energy and some extra juice in the Philadelphia Eagles. So, you know what I mean? I got the Philadelphia Eagles winning this game by a score of 28-20. You know what I mean? I don't think we're going to blow these guys out. I think these guys are going to come out and try to give it their all. But I think we will get to Brock Purdy on the defensive side of the ball. I think we will make Brock Purdy have to move his feet and keep his eyes downfield at the same time. He ain't running away from us. He ain't that type of guy. But the Philadelphia Eagles will come ready, prepared. Disrespect that's being put on Bradbury's name, I think, is giving guys an extra battery. Bulletin board material exists, especially in games like this. So drop your predictions in the comment section below. Tune into the NFC East Super Friends channel tonight, 8 o'clock. I'm going to get them boys to business, 10-1. Ain't much you can really tell me. You know the vibes, though.